No, really, who am I speaking to? I've got a story for you, and I think you've got one for me. I think you've got one for everyone. So I normally wouldn't share my pre-shuffle too much, but getting to this reading has been a journey tonight. I've been trying for about 2 hours now. It's 10 p.m. on the 1st of January, and it has been known to me for a while now that I would start doing readings and channeling as part of my service to spirit, and as part of my service in my recovery journey. So I'm 6 years sober, and I started your pre-shuffle first, and it was interesting. Like the cards that came out, you can see some of them here. Normally I would have put them away after I meditated on it, but I had to leave them out because I don't want to miss anything. I kept feeling like this trickster energy, and these cards that were coming out, the message, I wasn't sure if it wasn't my energy, and I do a lot of readings for myself, so I packed it all away. I cleared my decks again, I cleared my space, I meditated, I grabbed my big obsidian, I did all those things, and I started channeling. And I wrote down what I was channeling, like I've got them here. And I wrote down, because I couldn't stop seeing them in my mind, some of the cards that came out in the original pre-shuffle that was being interfered with. There was something there that was playing around with the energy. It didn't feel malicious. And that's when I first started to sort of pick up on this recovery energy, this sobriety energy. Someone definitely in the way of recovery, like that's their life. And the most interesting thing to me, and why I stuck with it, is because all of these things were going on, and normally they would really frustrate me, and I would end up needing to transmute that energy. But your energy is so, you feel grounded to me, and determined and persistent, and it's like none of this was getting to me like it normally would. And believe me, this is not the message that I thought I would be sharing on my first ever public YouTube video. And at first I wasn't sure if it wasn't coming out as a personal message. I had to make sure Spirit knew that I was channeling for the public at last. I can hear them dancing. But you have a story, don't you? And I feel like you are excavating as part of your recovery. You are excavating all of these things, but it feels like you are doing it with so much grace. Like so much grace than I managed in early sobriety. And I feel like you are new to something. You're either new to your spiritual awakening or new to sobriety, or maybe they're both happening at once, because getting sober reconnects you to the energy of the universe. So I want to talk about what happened first. I don't know where to start yet because this is a lot. And I cannot believe the way it all came out and what's come out after I cleansed my decks and shuffled them again. Like I shuffled them for a long time, each and every one of them, like got individually cleansed. I've Reiki'd my space. I cleansed this whole room. So firstly, I don't know what this means, and the human in me didn't like the sound of this, but I am but the messenger. It said the unbroken bone doesn't heal. And that sort of how my human was like, well, why don't we just not break? And then I guess we wouldn't heal. So in the first pre-shuffle, I have this deck of just like channeled, there it is again, you wait, just like random channeled messages that I channeled over a couple of weeks, and I don't even know half of what's in them anymore. I only use these when I'm reading for other people to get like a theme or a direct message or some advice or something like that. But what came out with these was the card Karmic. That didn't come out in this pre-shuffle, but Addiction came out. And so that came out in this one as well. And I almost died. It's not out. It didn't come out in this pre-shuffle, but I wanted to show you something. I feel like I'm talking... Oh, look. There's one of them. Oh, here it is. Oh my God, they're still together. See, this message was meant to find you. So these two cards came out. This is where I picked up the trickster energy and where I first started to think that I feel like you are in a 12-step program. So AA, NA, Al-Anon, something like that. Because higher power came out with Addiction. All right, and so that's very much screaming AA to me. But it came out right next to, and they were melded together, this All That Glitters. And this is where the trickster energy, because this is a positive card, but I did not feel good looking at this card. Until I saw this little face. I don't know if that's seeing, like the face here, it's literally the higher power. It's literally divine, your higher power coming down. That was in the pre-shuffle. Like, look at this energy here felt really off to me. And it wasn't until I looked at this that I sort of started to understand. It came out with Karmic and Addiction. And I also feel like there is some unraveling of some programs, some religious programming going on that might feel like it's making you resistant to AA. And I can certainly understand that. I didn't engage much with AA for that reason. I had some programming to release. And now I'm 6 years sober and I'm thinking about going back for community. That came out, it's a different story. But some of the synchronicities in these cards, just in the pre-shuffle, are insane. Like you saw when I picked up that deck, like Third Eye came out again. So in 3 different decks, in the first pre-shuffle, I saw the cards See Clearly, Eyes, and Message from the Third Eye. So you are definitely tapped in. I feel like... No, that's gone. And then I wrote here, you're persistent and calm in the face of obstacles and challenges. That's the way that I felt your energy. That's the way that I was feeling while these obstacles were happening. Like my camera wasn't working and my computer wouldn't sync and just all these things. And normally they would frustrate me, but I was not feeling frustrated. So some of these things are just incredible. These 2 cards came out in this pre-shuffle, both of them different decks, talking about obstacles, overcoming obstacles, and obstacles. And then the other synchronous, these 3 cards came out together. I think they're all from the same deck. No, they're from 2 different decks, but they came out in this exact order. Look at these 2s. 2, 2, 2, 2. So that might mean something to you. But here we have Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. Beloved, radical acceptance, and Feast of Plenty. Choices and their consequences. I feel like this is all tied to, especially this truth transcends illusion. I feel that tied to this. I really do. because what I wrote here in your channeled messages as well, in between these two pre-shuffles, I'm talking about a karmic attachment to an idea of a higher power, maybe a religion. Come to your understanding of what this means to you. Like, truth transcends illusion, and that's what this felt like to me. I felt like you're disillusioned with some concept of faith that you have, like some program around faith. And I feel like you're calling bullshit on it and you're seeing it differently. I'm sure there was a higher self card. If there's not, then there will be. So the next synchronicity, so the first two came out, radical acceptance. Now, as I laid it out, I hadn't read them yet. It just fell out. I picked it up and put it down. Acceptance. Acceptance and acceptance. And one of these cards is 41. This one is 41. Then I went back to the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and 41 came out directly under this. So when I placed it, it was like this. I hadn't seen the number yet because it's the penguins for me. This is when I had to start the camera and start talking to you. And this is the one I knew for a fact that I'm talking to someone in recovery. Because penguins are the symbol of my recovery support group. They mean recovery to me. They symbolize sobriety to me. This card says soulmates, but this group is where I found my people. It's the safest place in the world for me to unpack all of these things that we unpack in sobriety. And I've just noticed as well, there's a little higher self watching over this as well. Just like in the All That Glitters card. So I'm definitely talking to someone in sobriety, in early sobriety it feels like. And I want you to know that I see you and I feel you, and you've got this. All right, you've got this. You are literally overcoming all of these obstacles. You really are, my love. So stay with it. Some of the other cards that came out is this. I thought this was really interesting. TikTok came out right beside this precious present moment. So I feel like it's something to do with divine timing. And in my own little handcrafted things, there's third eye again. You cannot make this shit up. In that card, when I was shuffling, I kept seeing divine timing as I was shuffling and things like that. So I feel like one of these is I feel TikTok, I feel like you feel like you're under a time pressure or a time trial or something like that to get something done. And Spirit is really asking you just to stay present now. Stay present. Now is all that you have to think about, my love, right now. And I feel like I'm talking to someone that I really care about here. So if I come across big sisterly, that's why. We also had Let It Fall and Limiting Belief come out, and I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Like, they came out like this. But interesting, salt bath, which is, I love a salt bath. It's one of my favorite ways to clear my energy. In my matrix job, I transmute a lot of energy physically through my physical body. And it really takes a toll on me if I'm not careful with it. But salt bath came out with higher self. And that's just another confirmation, because look at all those higher selves that came out in these pictures. Like, in here, and in here, and here. That's 3 times that it's come out. It's just, you are so guided. You are so guided. So let's put some of these away and we'll see what's coming out. I'm really excited to tap into your energy a little bit more and see if we can help you through this phase. I don't know what you're dealing with right now specifically, but you know, you don't have to do it alone. I always say to people, like, I struggle in silence, but never alone. Divine is always with me. I was thinking that today, actually. No matter what I'm going through, there is always someone with me. Even penguin spirit. You know, my penguins are my favorite people on earth. They see me in a way that not many people do. And I let them see me in a way that not many people do. That's how much penguins resonate with me. I have the penguin tattoo. So I don't know where I'm starting with these. I've put all of these face up because I got so excited about your pre-shuffle that I've messed up all my decks. Let's go back to here. This one feels good. So we're going to lay out some oracles. I can feel some energy shifting already, so that's really good. That weird density is gone. I setting the intention that whoever I'm connecting to, all I know about you, I feel like you're a feminine energy or someone very deep in your yin energy. Possibly, well, definitely in early sobriety, maybe early in your spiritual path, they may be connected. Calm. Just rolling with the punches. I just saw the ebb and flow card. Just rolling with it. Like, it's just incredible to see, to feel, to bear witness. It's such an honor. This might be a little bit loud, I'm sorry. Truth on the split. And patience, yeah, you're patient. We know it. We know it, Spirit. We know it. I'm not the world's greatest shuffler, so bear with me. Okay. That's for this person or people I'm connecting to, Spirit. Something about Faith Hill. I heard the name while I was meditating, saw the name on Spotify. And I don't know if she does a cover of the song Climb Every Mountain, but that may be it. The Purity card just came out. It's got a unicorn on it, sparkling. Anything else, Spirit? And stillness. Well, I mean, that's a pretty common message, isn't it? Like, stillness is where we purify, it's where we cleanse, it's where we come back home to ourselves in the quiet. Number 33. Three, 6, 9, I just heard. Which deck have I got? There's another 2. Oh, that is too many. Spirit, I'll take the one on my lap and I'm putting all the others back. Another 33. Get out. My love, you are so guided. Freedom is yours. So we've got 3, 3, 3, 3 here. Freedom is yours. Horse spirit. Horses may mean something to you. I feel like there's another third eye here. Have a look at this aqua teal bit right in between the horse's 2 eyes on its forehead. Like, that's giving third eye to me. Let Spirit be your guide. Wanted to stay. Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. Interesting. Anything else from this deck, Spirit? Anything else? I feel the cards bunching together now. This one landed on the floor. Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. I think you know that though. I think that's why you're calm and grounded. That's too many, Spirit. It's 10:22. Anything in this one, Spirit? Okay. Feast of Plenty again. This means something too. I normally wouldn't shuffle the cards so frequently this much, but it's doing something. It's another eye, but it's Eye of the Needle. That might mean something to you. I'm not getting anything off it. There's a deck I'm feeling, but I can't quite picture it, but I want it. It's the Hollow Bone again. I just feel like it's not on the table here. We'll just see. Tarot, I just heard tarot. Now look at that. Come on now. That's the third time the Hollow Bone has come out. What card number is it? 28. Teachability. Very shaman, earth energy coming off that. You are teachable. I've never seen this card before. What was the song I channeled? Climb Every Mountain. This person's on a mountain, connected to spirit. Like, look at this. They're at the top of the mountain. How'd you get there so quickly? That's what I just heard that. It's not this, is it? It's tarot, isn't it? I've got the light seer out, but I reckon it's this one. It's the ethereal visions. You might be ethereal. 3 of Cups. I saw that in my third eye earlier. All right, let's have a look. Tarot, what have you got? What do we want to clarify? Hollow Bone. Hollow Bone. We'll start off with Hollow Bone. Clarify Hollow Bone for me. What is teachable? What is this group or person learning? Wands flipped. We'll see it again. Oh, there it was. I think it was Wands. Negative. We'll see it. It'll come up. They always do. These cards are messy. Oop. 6 of Pentacles. Clarifying the Hollow Bone. So I think you're being taught about balance, about equal give and take, about reciprocation. A bit of hesitation there. Oh, dropped. Page of Cups. Learning about self-love. Expressing your love for yourself. One more, thanks, Spirit. One more. Oh, what flipped? Death. Yes! Yes. Well done. There it is. There's the wands that slipped over. The 10 of Wands. Oh, love. This is awesome. So what is... Give me one sec. It's never really fun when Spirit decides we have to learn these lessons, is it? I'm surprised I feel all that patience and grace in you. These are hard lessons to learn. I understand why the karmic card came out. I feel like you're someone who has come to a place of radical acceptance and acceptance of certain things. I did see a card, I've put it away, about consequences. So I feel like you have a really good understanding of karma and the way that it works, and the consequences of your choices. And I do not see anything here that indicates that you are trying to bypass the lesson. I feel just incredible bravery and self-love. So the lessons that I'm getting here, so when I was clarifying the hollow bone, it's like big shaman earth energy I'm picking up off this. So you may resonate with that flavor of spirituality, for a lack of a better word. But what you're learning is, let's look here. So this is the 10 of Wands. This is the wands that I saw. I saw about this much of the card when it flipped over upside down in the deck, and I was waiting for it to come out. They always do. And death, like you're turning that around. The 10 of Wands is, it's all the burdens, all the heaviness, but it's like we're nearly there, you know. Look how far he's come. Look at the path behind him. He's carried that the whole way. Death is about rebirth and transformation. And the 6 of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. I feel like you're someone who's understanding how your previous lack of self-love led to addiction, led to some of the consequences. And instead of fighting it, you are graciously determined to overcome it, to learn, to heal, I just heard. And I feel like you are incredibly watched over by Spirit. There's something sacred about the path that you're on right now. There is something incredibly sacred about it. So don't give up. Rewards will follow for you. I have no doubt. There is no way the person that I'm looking at who's moving through this energy with the grace and the compassion and the strength that you are, there is no way that that is not going to serve you. So just hold on. Even if you're white knuckling it now, even if you're still in the 10 of Wands, I just feel that something's about to break. Something is about to break for you. Let's see if we can find out what it is. Something's flipped over. The 5 of Cups. Yeah. Lack of emotional fulfillment. That's lack of love. It's dissatisfaction. It's what's going to break. Oh, that's too many, Spirit. All right. Let's just get clear on what we're asking here. We want to know about this 10 of Wands. Something's about to break. That's what we want to know. 5 of Cups. That lack of emotional fulfillment, that's about to break. All right, how? How is that? What's the advice? All right, let's take these. King of Pentacles, Four of Swords in reverse, King of Wands, Judgment, Six of Wands. I told you were going to be victorious. I told you. Earth energy. It's the higher self again. The wolf. You have really been through it. Like, I'm surprised I haven't seen the Three of Swords numerous times. I'm feeling a real, I want to say a broken heart to the point of a broken spirit. Like, that's how it felt. Like, I'm looking at this card and I use this deck all the time, but oh, I want to hug her. Like, I can feel that pain. That is despair. No wonder if you let it, that sort of thing will crack you right open and put you right in divine's eyesight. You're not feeling super passionate right now. I feel like with the King of Wands in reverse and the King of Pentacles upright, like passion, enthusiasm, fire energy, just haven't seen it. I'm not getting like the usual negative King of Wands aspect. I'm getting that this is more you. Focused, step by step, day by day, totally in line with early sobriety, one day at a time, right? That's how you're taking it, one day at a time. But you are going to make it. You absolutely are. This is my favorite Six of Wands. Like, look at her. She is loving her life. You hold the vision until the vision holds you. Hold the vision until the vision is true. Something fell out. And the Emperor. Yeah. You know what to do. You know how to do it. You're in no rush. Steady, consistent, aligned action. That's why the King of Wands was in reverse. The Emperor is all of the kings, but you're embodying more King of Pentacles right now. I feel like you're going for consistency more than intensity. I'm getting strong one day at a time, and that's exactly right, my love. That is exactly right. Ace of Wands, though. Look at this. And the Ace of Pentacles. Lady face. I've got whole body chills. We're talking about new opportunities for passion, new opportunities for excitement and growth, like something you just want to fuck yes at. And it's coming in a materialistic way. This is not 5D energy. This is 3D energy. Where do I want to go? All right. Freedom of yours. I want to clarify. I want to go to Moonology. I feel like purity, I was going to clarify that, but we can see what you're purifying yourself from. From lack of balanced relationships, lack of emotional security, lack of stability. Like, you're really stepping into your Emperor energy. You're doing it methodically. You're doing it one day at a time. You feel grounded, consistent, and patient. I feel like you are wondering about this lack of passion. Maybe you used to feel vibrant and you don't anymore. Maybe the pink cloud has left and you're feeling a little bit flat. But I really, in my heart, I feel like you're doing all the right things. It's one day at a time. It's not always sunshine and rainbows, but it's always worth it. And just trust. You move from this lack of passion into a whole new thing, something you can't even imagine yet. Right in her third eye. Maybe you can imagine it. Maybe you've seen it. Maybe you've seen it. All right, Spirit, let's get a moonology about all of this. I just heard when. Do you want to know when? I feel like that's too vague. I feel like Spirit is really here with you right now, so let's get some specifics. What do we want to know? We want to know about a shift. I just heard, when is the shift? What shift? When is the purification? All right, so we are clarifying the purity. When is it? When is it done? When does the next big shift occur? When does the next big shift occur? Some hesitation here. They don't want to say. It might be the wrong question. All right, let's clarify the Emperor. Sound waves. Are you using sound healing? Unconditional. A time for healing on the bottom of the deck. We know, Spirit. They're doing that. All right. I wasn't going to read that card, but my whole crown chakra has just opened. This might, for some of you, this might not be your addiction. You may have left someone else in addiction, and Spirit wants you to know that you and your loved ones are safe. I got that very, very clearly, and I wasn't going to say, still could be your message. Still doing all the right things, one day at a time, lack of passion, all of that can still resonate, even if you're not the one getting sober. You're freeing yourself from addiction by leaving. Bravo. You can't stay for them when you have to leave for you. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. I feel like Spirit doesn't want to give up the when, or I'm asking the wrong question. All right, let's switch to just general advice. What advice have we got, Spirit? What advice? No, these cards don't want to talk. Oh, yes, they did. You are good enough. I don't know that we hear that enough. I feel like it's something that we know we should feel. Logically, we know it. You are good enough. So loved. That's what I just heard. Loved by Spirit is what I feel. I feel like there's a card somewhere. One more card. I'll have to read that from the book if I use that spirit. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Alright. I'm not familiar with this deck. It's very, very, very high vibrational and very, 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 it's not obvious. The cards are not obvious. So I will have to read, and I don't like doing that for readings. But I just can't stop thinking about this deck. So this is the White Light Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. Take the top, that's what I just heard. All right, 3 more shuffles. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Another 42. So I cannot pronounce these cards either, but it's card 42. Okay, so let me have a look. Garuda Supana. Cultivate confidence in yourself. You have the inner spiritual power to deal wisely and effectively with any situation. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your kind nature. Reflect upon what action feels best for you to take and then follow through with decisiveness. Do not allow negativity to get a grip in your life. Positive energy and outcomes are indicated. Garuda is the mystical king of the birds, a mighty eagle-like divine creature celebrated in the spiritual traditions of the East. In Sanskrit, Supana means to have powerful wings and fly well. This has spiritual significance as Garuda can cover great distances and reach tremendous heights, climb every mountain. Garuda's earthly counterpart, the eagle, is said to have the powerful winds of a storm to fly above it rather than get caught within it. The eagle spirit is a wisdom teacher. You are teachable. One who advises how to utilize the storms of ego to fuel your capacity to rise spiritually, to face problems head on and use them to heal and grow. What a confirmation. I told you. Eagle seeks higher sanctuary where negatives can be dealt with before they cause further problems. Another Sanskrit word according to Garuda is Vishari, which essentially means conqueror of poisons. I could cry. Garuda Supana augurs a time when you will need to rise above the pettiness of ego and ensure you nip negativities in the bud lest they become powerful enough to cause havoc in your heart. You don't need to become ensnared within the drama of ego. Garuda fights on the side of the light and is a bringer of powerful protection and hope and is a symbol of rebirth, just like the death card. His dark side can be seen in that he is merciless. In Buddhism, he is known as the dignity of wisdom. Sometimes our compassion can outweigh our wisdom. Our empathy allows troublesome behaviors or circumstances to fester and develop into far greater problems later on. If we had listened to our wisdom, we would have cut them off at the root. Can you believe this? I was picking up and channeling about you accepting the consequences of actions and decisions you made and things like that. And this final card here, just tying it all together. If we had listened to our wisdom, we would have cut them off at the root. My word. But while it can be harder to do so later, it is not impossible. And it is the Garuda who teaches us to be unyielding when it is what wisdom calls for. I have full body chills. Eagle socializes with its own kind. Therefore, an aspect of its medicine is to seek those who resonate at a familiar spiritual frequency and are committed to a higher path. Such kindred spirits will not necessarily have the same belief systems. Maybe that's why you have to release them. They may seem quite different to you in many ways. Is this the conflict about religion? Yet, if someone has a commitment to honouring the hearts of all beings, they are likely good company for your soul. Garuda Eagle medicine empowers us to discern the real quality of our relationships. No more unbalance. You have the spiritual right and responsibility to choose which company you keep. You don't need to judge, for everyone is taking their own journey and working to heal their karma. But you do need to discern. Garuda has the mystical power to grow or shrink depending on what is needed to accomplish its heroic tasks. By becoming large enough to block the sun and cause thunderstorms just by flapping his wings, to becoming small enough to hide in the crevice to craftily avoid capture. Garuda teaches us when to step up and shine brighter and bold and when to fly under the proverbial radar. The oracle of Garuda Supana is a talisman of divine protection and soul-smart strategy. Garuda is a wild spirit, free and instinctive. His is the wisdom and empowerment needed to rise above negativity, not from avoidance, but from a place of wisdom and clarity. This oracle guides you to rely on your instincts and be true to your heart. In doing so, you may not always look like a perfect person from the outside, but you are proceeding in resonance with your own heart wisdom. I've just caught the last line. You can complete your healing process by coming back to the here and now, remembering your human self and human name, and hydrating your body. Wow. Can you believe the way that this card brought it all home? I love this deck. It's just, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to use it intuitively. It's wonderful. But thank you. Whoever you are, welcome. We need you. From one penguin to another, I see you and I'm proud of you and I love you. And I feel like you are doing all the right thing. I feel the way that you're working through the things you're working through. I feel your determination to overcome it and grow and heal. And I feel the way that spirit feels about you. Like, I channel energy, and that was just, thank you for letting me share in that and walk with you for a little while. Bye-bye.